Hey, good morning. On a cloudy, somewhat of a cool morning. By the way, it is Sunday, May 24th. Yes, we're up and about. I wanted to get up sooner and be on the road to where we are going today. That didn't happen. My friends, we are on our way to watch a little racing. That's right. See it? Don't know if you can see that or not. Indy 500, 110th running. Deb and I are heading out there today, and was hoping to be on the road about an hour and 8 minutes ago. That's life. We gotta get some parking and, get to our seats and what have you. And I don't know if we're going to get the race in or not. We're about to find out. They're calling for showers and thunderstorms down there later today. So anyway, I'm here to invite you to join Deb and I for a fun-filled day of racing. On the road, my friends, on the road. If we're lucky, and I do mean if, because of traffic now, I'm going to say we probably won't get to Indy until about 8:30. And to the Speedway probably closer to 10 at this point because of traffic, or the closer you get to the Speedway. So 8:30, between 9:30 and 10 for parking. So, but we're gonna sit back, enjoy the ride. It's still cloudy. Looks like we're gonna hit clouds all the way down there today. Guess the high is only supposed to be like 72. So not a bad day to watch a race, providing that it doesn't rain. 1 hour into the drive, Denny's vlog. We are coming up to Peru, Indiana, home of Grissom Air Force Base, but now it's a reserve. Bill Clinton made it that way. He didn't want to spend money down here. It's an air refueling station now, and also it houses a prison. Yeah. But anyway, that's where we're at, 1 hour in. We've seen the sun. I'd show it to you, but right now I can't see it because I've got trees to my left. But anyway, we have seen some sunshine. There it is. See if you can see that. A little bit. Like Debbie, I'm hoping that it stays out for a while. All right, so we made it. We are on Lafayette Street. Or road, whatever, here in Indianapolis on the I guess Speedway area, not Indy, and making our way. We're backed up in traffic, which I knew was probably going to happen. Wishful thinking that it wasn't, but it is. So let's see how long it takes us. Our next turn is going to be coming up here at Georgetown Avenue, or Georgetown Road. So that's what we're working our way toward. Well, we made it to Georgetown Avenue, but we got a long ways to go. This, what you're seeing, that's what, or Georgetown Road, I say Avenue. But anyway, all that red, that's traffic, incoming traffic to the Speedway. It is 7:46, 8:46 Indianapolis time. Green flag drops at 12:45. We'll see how long it takes us to get to a parking spot. And we're hoping to get kind of close. We know where we want to go because the last 2 years we're basically in the same spot, and it's about a 10-minute walk for us from where we parked before. So we'll see what happens. You've got people like these guys out here. They were dropped off. They've got a haul yet. I'll bet they'll have at least an hour walk. 45 minutes to an hour walk. So to get to the track. All right, let's go. We made it. We finally found a parking spot. Not where we normally go, but we did find one. We're about a block and a half from where we would like to park, but it's not still not too bad. Cloudy skies, and by the way, Deb, I'm gonna have you hold this for a second. Okay. I did time it. And from the time from Lafayette, oh wow. I'm not sure from Lafayette Street to Georgetown Road where we parked, it took us 90 minutes. Well, we're making our way down Georgetown Road. There's what I always knew as the Coke lot. And I'm thinking that before you used to park in there, right? And then they got the bright idea of turning it into the camping area. And now this year, I see that it looks like it's regular parking. Question is, how much you paying to get in? And I know you're going to go through IMS because they're the ones that own that lot. Maybe it's something to think about next year. However, I did read that if you bought parking passes from Indianapolis Motor Speedway and you parked in one of their lots, you're going to have to wait at least an hour after the race before they release you out of those parking lots. Traffic control, pedestrian control, that's what it was, pedestrian control. An hour after the race. So, something to think about. Made it through the gates. Already went shopping. Look at Debbie. Debbie's got the cooler of beer and some wine, of course. And we got McLaren cars for our two grandsons that wanted those. And now, every year when we go to a race, and I say we, whether it was NASCAR or Indy, we always get the what they call the pins and of that year's race. And that's where we're off to right now, is to go get a pin for Deb and I. So here we go. All right, this is the line. This is the line to get into the Indy shop for shopping. So I'm like, Deb, get it over with now. And then we can go to our seats. We got rain coming. There's no doubt about it. Looking at the radar back home, at this time, which happens to be 9:40 Central Time, 10:40 Eastern, we were looking at thunderstorms rolling into New Carlisle. But down here, not yet, but they're definitely coming. That's for sure. Heading to our seats. Coming up. Oh, let's see where we're at here. There we go. First look at the track. Still cloudy out. Can you tell? Found our seats. Yep, we're here. Nice thing, it's got a speaker in front of us, even though we're going to be listening on the air. But things are starting to fill up little by little. There you go. There you go. Everybody's up here. Well, not everybody, because this place will be packed. 350,000 to 400,000 today. Somebody's wearing a Chris Bryant World Series jersey. The Cubs. Right on. Go Cubbies. All right, don't know how much. Let's do this. There we go. Take the microphone off my lapel here on my sweatshirt. Got music playing. Out there in the background is what they call the snake pit. Back when I first came to the Indianapolis 500, right in front of us, that was the snake pit area, man. Let me tell you. Anyway, we're in our seats. Turn 4. Well, short shoot into turn 4. Looking forward to this. Here we go. Let's see what else is coming up. Of course, the music finally stops. The thing I'm interested in is compared to last year on the pace lap. Last year when we were sitting here, the helicopter, Black Hawk helicopters came flying and were just over the top of the race cars as they were going around us here. So kind of curious to see what they're going to do. This will be awesome.
go, gang. Pace lap is coming up, and we're not only going to see the drivers and in their cars here, but wait till you see the helicopters that are coming by that are running with the pace laps. It is so cool.
Field in the backstretch.
The pilots of these beautiful UH-60 Blackhawk helicopters, Colonel Scott Oden, Chief Warrant Officer.
All right, I don't know if you can see them over there.
Captain Oliver Strobel, and Chief
There's the
Warrant
helicopters.
Officer Jim LeGrand. Give them a hand.
See them coming? There they are.
What an absolutely amazing
And here comes
sight. Let's give them away.
the cars.
Let's give them away.
Check this out. Check this out. My friends, the 110th running.
For you Hoosiers, enjoy it.
All right, here they come, you guys. Helicopters have went back to the golf course to land. Alex Palou will lead the field, but this is why Indy is so much better than any other race here at the 500. They come three wide. You don't have the pole sitter on the front or whatever. Look at this. We're getting ready to go racing, my friends. Ready to go racing. Here they come. Green, 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 green. And they're off. In first, hold it, no! Rossi takes the lead into turn 2.
And we're underway.
All right, they'll be coming around here.
The field
so it's
safely through
Rossi
turn
first.
1. Let's get up through turn 2.
Here comes Alex Palou down to the inside.
Palou's trying to get around him.
On Rossi Palou to the lead in turn 3.
Oh, he got it. Update you here. Ed Carpenter just hit the wall in turn 2. So we're under caution for the second time. And so, well, it's darker too, weather-wise with the clouds. I haven't looked at the radar lately, but we're going to have to take a look, see what we got coming. Right now, I'm not sure how many laps.
Palou is now 5th. Connor Daly.
We're under 30. I'm pretty sure of that.
Santino Ferrucci 7th. David Malukas 8th. Scott Dixon 9th. And Pato O'Ward is 10th.
Look at Newgarden. Newgarden is climbing out.
Again.
So
we watched this last year all
we're
over
under
again.
caution right now. Alexander Rossi's got fire in his car in the pits.
And of course, Alex with his
and the caution was not brought out by him, but instead it was Will Power who had a mechanical failure on the warm-up part of the track coming out of the pits, and he kind of spun, and now it's the end of his day too, it looks like. But Rossi is just happened on pit road.
He's in another pit here.
Oh, they say he's in another pit, so he knew that he was on fire somehow. Anyway, we're under caution. Lap, I want to say 95, 96 right now. Oh, there we go. they come again. Like I said, under caution right now. Opportunity for us to stand. It has been a race that really hasn't seen much action. Been a lot of lead changes. However, those lead changes are for the teams. So in this case, you've got the first and second cars, Chip Ganassi. They're just trading spots,
and they're trying to move.
So they can save fuel.
From where it came to rest.
That's why there's so much passing. It's strategy.
Exit lane.
But yeah,
so cleaning up some of the liquid that happened from
rain. According to the app that we have, rain is
quickly done by the AMR safety team.
Yeah, about 2:30 Central Time.
And an interesting set of pit stops
we'll
coming
see.
up. There's
red flag. Red flag.
A little water bottle as well. But for now,
red light down there. Red flag, kids.
At 105 of 200.
We had a little sprinkle here
500, and hopefully it's
in our seats, but it's gone by. But it's gotten darker, and they say within an hour or less, we're going to have more rain coming. We're at 101 lap step. Was it 101 we're at now, or 106? Okay, Deb thinks we're at 106. So race is official now, but we'd like to see some more. Anyway, music's playing. Everybody's standing around except us here. We're sitting, but I'm about to stand.
Well, let's go down to DJ
So
Clark.
anyway,
Have an update on what
red
happened
flag,
with
kids.
Will
Red
Power.
flag. Yeah, they're just driving around the track, making sure everything's dry now. As you can see, they didn't break out the Air Titans, so that's a good thing, or the other blowers on the trucks. They're doing it the old-fashioned way, just driving around and drying out a track. I don't think it's that bad. It's some sprinkles, that's about it. They're just playing it safe. Drivers were told not to leave their cars, so they're still in their cars. Finally,
everybody was just on pit
red
road
flags
just
off.
before the red flag, so
caution.
I think we'll see much
Started the engines,
business
and
in the way of that.
as a matter of
before
fact,
the
the
restart.
cars are coming around.
Race
They're
car
back on
driver
the
Sarah
track.
Fisher leading the field now.
So
Over at 3.
here they come, as a matter of fact.
Massive crowd
Out
on
of
hand.
3
Again,
into the
second
short chute
year in a row. A
and
sellout. Thank
turn
you.
4. Let's go racing again, shall we?
Straight away and back.
Single line, here they come, baby. We'll get them coming out of 3 here.
And Dave Malukas
90 laps to go.
Malukas to the lead. Up ahead.
All right, you guys, so I put the camera away because of the rain.
Those left side tires
And
down on that
we were just sitting
patch
here and
inside
talking, and they started the race
the
again,
corner.
and I'm like,
It
yep,
looked like you got a
okay.
little bit low in that corner.
Got it, and then all of a sudden on the second lap after they started, Joseph Newgarden, right? Yep, hit the wall out of turn 4 here, and that's why all the safety vehicles are down there. He just broke loose on him. Just broke loose, and you can see
below Daly, Dixon,
I don't know if you can or not. It's hard for me to see, but you've got 2 safety workers right over there. That's where he hit the wall. You can see the markings there where he hit the wall. So we're under caution again. All right, here we go. They're coming around turn 3, restart.
Step on the button. Here we come to decide the Indianapolis 500.
4 laps to go. 4 laps to go to glory. 110th run of the Indianapolis 500.
Green flag, here we go.
You waited till the end of that restart zone. Now here comes a Ford to the outside. And look, free wide on Indianapolis. He has yet to score.
One lap to go. That's what they're saying now.
Here
The
at
race,
the
one
Speedway.
lap. Here they come.
When will he go? There he goes.
Green flag is out. Lucas working that draft, setting up for turn number 3.
Look at Pato trying to find some running room. They're still side by side for second.
But it's
Here they come. Final lap. What a finish! What a finish!
He did it. He got Lucas.
Malukas won?
Quist.
Or Renquist? Renquist?
And he made it come back. And Felix Rosenquist wins the Indianapolis.
Renquist. What a race! What a finish! Woo!
A drive
Nice!
off of 4.
Oh my gosh!
Lucas had it. Rosenquist hangs it out,
Nice.
gets it done.
This will kill Alan Bestwick and his radio partner here because Palou didn't finish number 1. What a finish though!
To the
Woo!
second separating.
So we made it out of the track. This is what the sky looks like. It's like, oh, we gotta roll.
One more round of applause.
We gotta roll.
For
All right.
David Malukas.
So when we get back to the vehicle, we'll ask Debbie her opinion about today's race.
The heartbreak, huh?
See if she has the same feelings as I did about rigged. It was all rigged. All right, let's get back to the vehicle. Well, we made our way out of the track, beat the rain, believe it or not, and we've been driving total time. I was telling Deb, I hit my stopwatch. When we walked out of the track, we had a block and a half walk, a good sized block and a half actually. We got to our car. The people that parked us helped us get out, stop traffic. We got in and it flowed out. 37 minutes is what it took us to get out of our parking spot and on the 465 north, or 31 north, excuse me. And it's like, oh my gosh. Remember, I think it was 90 minutes for us to get there today. So yeah, so we are on our way. Like I said, it's been raining and I think we're coming to the end of the rain right now, and we're heading for dinner. And we have made it to Red Lobster, our annual stop, and that's where we're going. That, and I'm just looking around. Okay, so let's go in, shall we? I think Debbie will get scallops. I'll bet on that, right, Debbie?
Yes.
I thought so. So as you can see, we made it inside the Red Lobster. Debbie's got her roll and her iced tea. There she is. All right, so we'll put this up there. What do you think of the race? Honest.
It was a very good race.
Yeah?
Yes.
Closest one in history.
That's right. That's right.
What'd you think of the red flag at the end, though? It should have happened or not?
I think it, you know, if they needed to happen, it's fine.
She's playing political, being politically correct. That should have never happened. And yeah, that's all where I'll leave it. Okay, that's just my opinion. I got an opinion on this race today. I'll tell you. That's later. Oh, I got you, no problem. Everyone at home. There she is again. So what'd you order? What are we getting?
Shrimp
Okay.
and a salad.
All right.
Yes.
That's what she got. Sorry about the noise there. I am getting the filet, sirloin and shrimp. That's what I wanted tonight, and salad. So that's what we're doing. This is dinner. This is the earliest I think we've ever been here out of the races that we've been. So, I mean, it really moved along. Anyway, we're in Kokomo, Red Lobster, and they're busy here. It's kind of surprising up in Michigan City that they closed that one. That's going to be I hear in the one in Michigan City is going to be a drive and shine. So, nice. How about LaPorte? All right, waiting for the food. It's what's for dinner. Baked potato, sirloin. You know what I didn't get? My shrimp. I didn't get shrimp.
I ordered some shrimp with this tonight. Yep. But Debbie, on the other hand, she got 2 kinds of shrimp. And that's what hers look like. Okay, let's eat. And just like that, we're on the road again, leaving Kokomo. Can I tell you that it was cold inside that Red Lobster? Oof. And I don't know, with the tip, $70 for 2 people. Can you believe that? $70. And it wasn't all that great, unfortunately. I mean, don't get me wrong, I ate everything, but it just, I've had better. But it definitely wasn't worth $70. I'll tell you that, gang. All right, gas price update here in Kokomo. It's $3.69. And we are on our way home. Figure got another hour and a half, 2 hours. It's 89 miles to South Bend. So yeah, probably another hour and a half, between an hour and a half, 2 hours is what we've got to get home. Off we go. Hello once again. Working our way out of Kokomo still. But I thought we should talk about the race. By the way, guess who's driving now? And it's not me. So, as a McLaren fan, which includes Arrow McLaren in the Indy Race League, I didn't think Pat O'Ward had the car today, even though Zach Brown, team CEO, was there. I thought he might have a slight chance, but when they threw, or when the caution came out, which rightfully so should have, but then when Indy decided to throw the red flag, that was bogus. And that's what they wanted, along with their announcers, Alan Bestwick, who, by the way, used to call NASCAR. He stinks at it. I've never cared for him. I'm sure he doesn't care for me either on the radio if he'd listen to me. I don't care about that either, but he really stinks. Him and his partner, I forget who the guy were, they were all worried about Alex Palou. That's all it was. He's 20 seconds. He's behind the leader. He's in 6th place. And then when they would, and I'm not joking, this is what they were announcing, they would say, let's run down our driver's field right now. Such and such is in 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and Alex Palou is 6th. And then they were done. They didn't even go to 7 through 10. They'd stop there. As a broadcaster, you are not supposed to show favoritism. And let me tell you, those two were hard on it, to the point that I think they were so disappointed that their driver didn't make it. And then when the Indy Racing League decided, oh, we'll throw out a red flag, stop the race, because even though we've already had 2 accidents earlier and we didn't throw out the red flag, we're going to do it here because we want drama. Man.
Continue straight.
Oh, we're going straight according to SpongeBob. Didn't know if you heard that. Deb's got her Waze on, Waze app. But anyway, but what a finish. And I'm so happy that it wasn't, a normal name that we hear from Ganassi or Penske, which leads me to this. And I was telling Debbie this earlier during the race. You guys tell me what you think, okay? All right? As I just keep this going here. What if the Indy Racing League made it for the Indianapolis 500, 33 teams, which you always have there, or 33 cars, 33 cars, but you had to have 33 teams. In other words, Penske could only have 1 car, 1 driver, 1 crew. Chip Ganassi, 1 driver, 1 car, 1 crew in there. Ed Carpenter Racing, 1 car, 1 crew. Andretti Auto, and all that. What do you guys think about that? Wouldn't it be interesting? Then they'd have to choose who's going to do what. Which driver are we going to go for? We don't have 4 of them. Same thing with NASCAR. I got thinking about that. You know, Mr. Hendricks has to is allowed one car, one crew, one driver. Joe Gibbs Racing, same thing. Right? Penske, also. Roush, Fenway, Keselowski, same thing. All of them. What if they were only allowed one race out of the year, the Daytona 500 for NASCAR and the Indianapolis 500 for IndyCar racing? And the other teams that are in there cannot be affiliated with the Penskes or the Ganassi. They got to be on their own. What would you think about that? I like that idea. It'll never happen, but I think that would be interesting, to say the least. Okay, with that, I will leave it, and I am done. At least for now, until we get home, as our Sunday continues. So we had to make a quick pit stop now. Gas. Debbie decided, better get gas. Okay. This used to be a Phillips 66 station. Marathon now. New pumps. Ooh. Impressive, but still expensive. I shouldn't say that. Indiana's cheaper than anybody around us because the governor suspended the sales tax, but I heard by June 1st or something like that, we can add 69 more cents or something like that to the price. So we'll definitely be over $4 here before the end, or by the 1st of June. Anyway, that's where we're at. Pit stop. I don't know how much you'll be able to see with the sun. Over there is the Amazon campus, and back there is more dirt they're moving. And I mean, it's bigger than I thought it was going to be. However, those of you that follow the news around Northwest Indiana, and again, I don't know, I'm trying to block the sun. This is the GM Samsung plant that they have bailed. This was supposed to be a battery plant, electric battery plant. And GM has paused it. Paused everything. The cranes are gone. They didn't even finish enclosing it. And they had paused it a long time ago also, before they really started. Then they went to town, and then within the last week and a half is when they said, well, we're pausing everything. And they've got material laying out here and outside and what have you. But yeah, it is on pause, so probably going to sit here for a while, unfortunately. As you can see, we made it back home. Down in the man cave, where we're going to wrap it up for this Sunday, race day. Me, McLaren fan, was not a good day to be a McLaren fan, that's for sure. Whether it be Arrow McLaren in the Indy Racing League or just McLaren in the F1. My man in F1, Lando Norris, I don't know what happened. I haven't looked at the recap, but did not finish. Got a DNF today in the Canadian F1 race. And Piastri, I believe, finished 11th. So not good for, for my team, at least in F1. As far as Indy, Pat O'Ward did all right. I didn't think, as I said earlier, I didn't think he was going to win it, but he was in it again, like he was last year. And just wasn't meant to be. But what a race at Indianapolis, huh? I mean, if you hadn't heard, which I'm sure you have by now, but I'm looking at my notes here real quick, that Felix Rosenqvist won the this year's Indianapolis 500, the 110th running of the 500, in the closest finish in the race's 110-year history, beating David Malakis by just 0.2 of a second. 0.2 of a second. Wow. Closest margin ever. There was 70 lead changes. That's a brand new record. I believe they said the old record was 64 or 68, but there were 70 lead changes. And keep in mind, the lead changes at the Indianapolis 500 happened because of strategy. when you had the two drivers for Chip Ganassi up as 1 and 2, they were flipping back and forth for fuel reasons, fuel strategy. And some of the other teams were doing the same thing when they were up there. So keep that in mind. That's why you had so many lead changes. And Scott McLaughlin finished 3rd in today's race. I've said it over, and I'm not going to harsh, on it anymore. But again, I think that was ridiculous with the red flag. Indy Racing League, I thought you were better than that. It really showed to me that they wanted Alex Palou to win this thing. If you could have heard the announcing on the PA system that we heard, as I stated before, it was so obvious. It was so obvious. And all I wanted is what we got at the end was a great race. And we got it because of the red flag. I got to keep that in my mind. But there was no need for it. None whatsoever. But, hey, congratulations, man. I'm telling you, that is awesome. Felix Rosenquist, this year's Indianapolis 500 winner. Finally, to wrap it up, you guys, as most of you know, Kyle Busch, Rowdy, passed away. And though I was not a big fan of Kyle Busch because of the attitude and everything, but I was a fan of his racing. He's the last, in my book, of the hard racers. He's the last of the, bump and run, and I don't care, I'm here to win type attitude. He came up the way that most of the older drivers did, and it's sad what had happened to him this past week that he passed away. And so I'm looking at my notes, and of course we were driving back, so I didn't get to, find out what they did for a pre-race ceremony, if Samantha and her kids, Brexton and Lennox, showed up at the race. Well, according to this, the pre-race had a remembrance ceremony at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Samantha, Brexton, and Lennox, of course, Kyle's parents and his brother Kurt were present at this evening's remembrance ceremony at the Coca-Cola 600. They had a moment of silence, and all 39 cars carried a number 8 decal in Kyle's honor going into tonight's race. Also, a large black number 8 and Busch's signature were painted on the infield grass. And on lap 8, the broadcast and the PA system went silent in tribute. And Kurt, Kyle's brother, laid 8 white roses on the painted number 8 during an emotional moment that brought the crowd to silence. Also, Indianapolis, the 500, honored Kyle Busch today. They did it at lap 18 because that was Kyle's. Let's face it, we're going to remember Kyle Busch in the number 18 when he drove for Joe Gibbs Racing. But they did remember him on lap 18. Finally, last thing on Kyle Busch with me, as I was telling Debbie, I wish we all could have seen Kyle Busch do the double. To me, outside of Kyle Larson, who just ran into bad luck the 2 times he tried it, I told Debbie, I said, if there was one driver that I think that could have pulled it off and even win the Indianapolis 500 and then go do the Coke 600, I really believe it would have been Kyle Busch. If he was with Joe Gibbs Racing, not with Richard Childress, unfortunately. They didn't have the car for him. But had Kyle been with Joe Gibbs and done the double, I think he could have pulled it off. However, it was Joe Gibbs that wouldn't allow it. No, Joe Gibbs said no to it because Kyle did go for it a couple of times. So our, thoughts and prayers with the Busch family. Like I said, being a NASCAR fan in the past and watching Kyle come through with Hendrick Motorsports and then, Gibbs Racing, and now it was with RCR. Big loss to the NASCAR family. Big loss. Anyway, had a great time. I appreciate you guys sticking in it with us. It's a long drive, man. There is just nothing to really see between South Bend in Indianapolis. You know what I mean? There really isn't. But we had a great time, and Deb and I enjoy going to the 500, and we enjoy you going along with us. Hope you had a good time. As always, like and subscribe. Please leave comments. If you agree with me about today's red flag, got a comment about Kyle Busch, whatever, please do so. I will answer them. I look forward to seeing your comments, please. We've got some other things coming up in the month of July. Ooh, month of July. We've got a lot of things coming up there. I can tell you that. In the month of June, yeah, I've got a couple of things that I'm lining up. So we're trying to get back on track. So bear with me, all right? I'm trying to find the time to get all this done and get the, get this out to you guys because I appreciate you. Again, don't forget to leave, like and subscribe. Please tell your friends about the channel. My goal, 500. I know I don't have a lot of subscribers. I get it. But I would love to have 500 subscribers before the end of this year. And it starts with you, obviously, but it starts with me even more with the content. So help me out, won't you? All right, you guys have a great and safe Memorial Day weekend. Thank you so much for joining us. And until next time.